Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 54 of the Showbound podcast. I'm your host, Michael Raskin, here as always with Ethan Cardwell. Cards, what's going on?
Not too much. Just hanging out. Just got back from the rink, had a quick shower, and it's Taco Tuesday here at the Billett's house tonight. So looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, we had a good practice today too. Actually, just got back. We for those who don't know, you might not know this either. Cards that like U Sports hockey shuts down in December while the guys have exams and stuff. So it's just practices, no games. So we're just doing like 3-on-3 tournaments every day now for December and stuff like that. So it was so fun. But yeah, back
I
home.
didn't know that. Didn't know.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so really we have no games till January now. But so your games this weekend, two of them got postponed with the Sudbury Wolves COVID thing, eh?
There's been a little bit of an outbreak there in Sudbury. We played them the other day, so we're just going through the testing protocols, just making sure everyone's healthy here in Barrie, just trying to keep our team on the ice. But yeah, no, their team shut down for a little bit. I know they all have to serve their provincial mandate of days in quarantine. So once they're out of that, then hopefully we'll be able to reschedule these games and get them done. But more importantly, I just hope everyone's healthy and gets back to 100% there in Sudbury, because obviously you don't want to see anything like that ever happen.
Yeah, hopefully everyone's all right. And I was in the interview. We recorded an interview this morning with Josh Bloom, which obviously you know by now because you can see the title of this episode. But
you might as well intro him now too.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, third round pick of the Buffalo Sabres in the 2021 draft. Currently in his second year with the Saginaw Spirit and having a hell of a year. So yeah, that's the info on Josh Bloom.
There we go. But I was just gonna say, it was I was so sick this morning. The listeners know I was sick last week. I've been sick all week still, but I don't know what it was. I guess the practice was so good today. I came back. I feel great. I mean, relatively great. I'm not better, but I feel better than I was. This morning, you could hear it in my voice in the interview and stuff. And it was also early when we recorded, but I'm feeling way better. I also got the flu shot yesterday and had some flu symptoms from that, I think. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about this, Cards. I texted you. This was crazy. I go to get my flu shot, and anyone who's gonna get their flu shot, listen to this. I go and the girl was like, "Which shot do you want?" And I'm like, "Flu shot." And she's like, "No, we're offering 4 different shots for the flu." And she listed them off, and one of them was the common flu shot. And I was like, "Yeah, give me the common one." She's like, "Are you sure?" I was like, "I don't know. Is that the one that everyone's getting?" She's like, "Well, so far at this clinic, the majority of the people have been getting this one." She's like, "We really don't know which strand it's going to be this year, so we have so many different shots." I was like, I don't know, just give me the one that everyone else is getting, right? So they gave it to me, and then I was getting sick after. But now I don't even feel like I'm protected at all because they don't even know which one to give. So I don't know, but maybe do the research if you're going to get your flu shot and figure that out, because I didn't, and I'm not getting another one. I'm good with the one. But it was crazy, man. What are you doing?
It's funny too. You said watching practice made you feel better. Normally, when I watch Rochi, it makes me feel sick to my stomach watching him out there. So
that's
good
what? Today. He didn't come today because he has a big project due tomorrow, I think. So that's probably why it didn't make me feel sick.
That's exactly why. Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was. He's a talker, man. He's always chirping at practice too. He's a funny guy.
Oh, yeah, typical him.
Yeah. I wanted to say that you got that big shootout winner. You talked about it a bit in the interview, but we didn't say it was a winning goal. You scored the shootout winner in a game against Niagara earlier this week. That was kind of nasty.
Yeah, it was a pretty good move. Like I said, I talk about it in the interview a little bit, but I kind of just it's a move I've been working on a little bit in practice and stuff. And I've been having a little bit of a slow start in terms of scoring and stuff. And I've had 2 goals called off on me this year, and then just kind of felt nice, a little bit of weight off my shoulders to kind of have the confidence to go in there and be able to put one in the back of the net and be able to win it for the team. And obviously our goalie did his part and went in the shootout as well, but definitely felt good to contribute in a big way.
Yeah. What else? What's been going on with you guys this week? You got what's new?
Not much, man. We're gonna have a long time in between games because we're gonna play this Thursday and then we won't play until the next Saturday. So
Oh, wow.
like a couple days off for recovery. I actually, here's something funny, man. I have 3 university classes starting on December 1st. So I guess with these days off and stuff, I'm going to have to get going on those. So my mom's been all over me to get my schooling going. So I've finished a few courses, and now it's time to hop back on the horse here and get after a few more.
Maybe I bet I'll be getting some texts with some questions at some point from you, eh?
No, for sure. You may even be asked to help on a few assignments. Who knows?
Hey, whatever I can do. But actually, I had this really interesting school assignment, I guess. It was like a final. Instead of an exam, we had a big final assignment. And it was really cool because we were competing against our own class for marks, basically. The way it worked was like you're running a business and it's a simulation of 8 years, and you have a lot of data analytics, and you have to follow the data to make the best decisions to basically make the most money. And whoever makes the most money and increases the value of the business, like their market share percentage, the most gets the most marks. And it's ranked from 1 to 35. There's 35 people in the class. So we're literally competing against the class, and it doesn't even matter. You can do really well, but 34 people can do better than you, and you can still come last and lose a bunch of marks. So it's actually like, it's a battle right now in my class. The group chat's getting heated. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. It's like a Sudbury Barrie rivalry out there, just banging bodies. You got to attack these people though, man. That's hilarious. It's kind of a good idea though. It drives incentive and like provides motivation. Like, because it's almost like if you're a salesman getting like, what's it called?
Commission.
Like commission. Yeah, sorry, I blanked out for a second.
Yeah,
you're always good for help on those, but yeah, no, commission, like you got to outwork the other person to be able to get your marks, which I actually don't mind. So that's pretty cool.
It makes it feel real world, but it's also, it's not for all the marks too. There's also a write-up, so you know, if you come last, you can still make your marks back on the write-up, but if you come first and do well in the write-up, you're obviously doing way better.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been watching any NHL lately?
Just the Leafs, as always, who are just going crazy. Can you just appreciate how good the Leafs are right now?
Oh man, I've never been against the Leafs or anything. I just not a huge Leafs fan, but I love watching them play. Like it's so impressive to see the things that these guys can do with the puck and stuff. And just like, it's interesting too with the Leafs. Like you see, like they're 5 guys that make all the money, never change, but like the group around them is always changing year to year. So it's different to see how they step in with these new roles and stuff. But like, you're obviously watching for the entertainment value and the top guys. And it's like the same. We always talk about Edmonton for that reason too. So I think like for regular season, the Leafs and Edmonton have to be my favorite 2 teams to watch just for the entertainment value. And then the playoffs, it's anyone's game. So it's always good to watch like good hard-nosed hockey, you know?
Yeah, I'm nervous for the playoffs still. Even my brother, I was with him yesterday, and I was just saying, like, have you seen the Leafs? Like 13 of the last 15, you know? And he's just like, doesn't even matter. We've seen this happen so many times. Let's just, like, we know they're going to make the playoffs. Let's just see how that first round goes. So no one's even too hopeful yet, which is funny.
Yeah.
But Jack Campbell, who isn't a big name goalie, I'm pretty sure he's up there, maybe even at the top of the league in save percentage.
Yeah, he's having an absolute year, man. It's been incredible. And yeah, it's so good to see because he's just like such a down to earth guy. And like, he's so nice. Like, actually, we should try to get him on the pod, to be honest. I feel like he's too nice to say no to come on.
Yeah. we can try, man.
We should
reach out.
Yeah, let's reach out to him, see if we could get him on. I'm sure the fans would love that one. That would be an awesome episode. But yeah, I'm happy to see a guy like that succeed. It's always nice to see kind of like an underdog story with a good heart who prevails, you know. It's nice to see those kind of things come true. Yeah.
Did you watch that Amazon Leafs blueprint thing or whatever that it was? So, well, you know how Amazon
Not yet,
was, like,
but I really
following
want
them.
Yeah.
I watched it, and Campbell, from all the times he was on the video, he just seems so nice. Everyone says he's the nicest guy. He actually, just from the video, he seems like such a nice guy, man. I don't know.
And actually, Rask, one thing that comes to my mind right now too. So I just got home from the rink. Like I said, I had a nice shower, got it going nice and warm in there. And yeah, my Manscaped hair shampoo and conditioner with the body wash, and it is electric. It's unbelievable, man. Like the smell getting out of the shower, I just feel like a new man. I feel energized. I'm ready to go for Taco Tuesday. So I can't say enough good things about the Manscaped new line that they have going. So everyone go check that out. And I guess that leads you right into your big ad read.
Yeah, before I even read the thing, so I don't know. I guess there was an Old Spice recall. Did you see that?
No.
I was previously an Old Spice guy, and they had like cancer causing agents, and they recalled a lot of their stuff. I guess PSA to all of
Deodorant?
them. Yeah, deodorant, shampoo, like they're in the things, like yeah.
Oh, I use Old Spice deodorant.
Yeah, so do I. So
Mm-hmm.
look into that. But yeah, and just for the listeners to be aware as well. But that's where Manscaped comes in perfectly, man. It smells better anyway. So I just want to
Yeah.
say, but actually be careful because yeah, I had to get rid of the Old Spice this week, but luckily Manscaped's been taking care of us. And for everyone else, it's holiday season, and you know what to get as a gift or stocking stuffer. Today's sponsor, Manscaped, has the tools to guarantee you win this year's stocking stuffer or white elephant competition. What is white elephant?
Huh?
Do you know what white elephant competition is? I've heard of it. No?
No clue.
Okay. Well, you'll win with this Manscaped gift. But Manscaped's the leader in men's below the waist grooming, and they have served more than 4 million men worldwide. If my math is correct, that's almost 8 million balls. Get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code SHOWBOUND. Ho, 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 fellas, naughty or nice, 'tis the season to perform. Manscaped's best-selling product is the Performance Package 4.0, which is at the top of every man's wish list this year. Inside, you'll find their lawnmower body trimmer, the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body, and the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, which is actually like huge. Everyone should be, keeping the nose hairs short. Let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene routine. Get the Performance Package now to receive their 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers and the Shed Travel Bag. The dads can't stop talking about this, the teens secretly buy this, and the women will love you for it. Now, these are our picks for Manscaped Surefire Win Stocking Stuffers. Sorry, my reading is not up to par. Number 1, the Manscaped 2-in-1 Shampoo and Conditioner, just launched. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Number 2, the Manscaped Cologne Infused Body Wash. Number 3, Shears 2.0 Luxury 4-piece Nail Kit. Number 4, Crop Mops, ball wipes for your stanky balls. Number 5, Manscaped Signature Cologne. These formulations are all vegan, cruelty-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and paraben-free, so you know their products are legit. Make sure you hurry to their site to ensure these wild gifts show up before the holiday season. And while you're at it, get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code SHOWBOUND. Whether this is for your partner, dad, brother, friend, get them something that they will actually use, and it's almost sure to get a laugh. Once again, 20% off and free shipping. Doesn't get any better than that at manscaped.com with the code SHOWBOUND. Be the ballsiest gift giver this year with Manscaped. And with that being said, let's send it over to Josh Bloom.
All right. This week, we're pleased to be joined by Bloomer, Josh Bloom, Sabres pick. Bloomer, how you been, bud?
Good. Thanks for having me on, boys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. And I know before we get into this, I want to just quickly reference to the fans that me and Bloomer are like fourth cousins. So a little bit of blood relatives going on in this podcast. But no, it's actually a funny story. So when we were playing together in Saginaw, we were at one game, and like our like really like our older like grandparents or something kind of connected the dots and figured out we were related somehow. So that was a little bit interesting. So we just went with the whole cousins thing while I was in Saginaw. We don't look too much alike. Bloomer, you're growing a bit of a beard right now.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it. I had the Movember going, and then I got too lazy to shave the rest.
Yeah, well, you look good and you're playing good right now. So that leads me into my next thing. You're on a tear right now. Tell us what's been going on in Sag.
So much has been going on in Sag, man. Yeah. I don't know. Back to the cousins thing. My crazy grandpa always doing this ancestry stuff, and he sees somebody he's seen on his ancestry, and it turns out it's Cardsy's grandpa or uncle or something. So that was a weird little story there. But yeah, Sag's been great so far. Can't say enough about the organization, Cardsy. Like Sag's the best spot to be. So just first class and continuing to do it this year. So.
Well, let's hear about you though. You've been on an absolute heater, and I want to talk about the penalty kill goals. It's been out of hand a bit lately. Like, what do you have, 6 on the year right now, shorthanded?
Yeah, I think it's 6, and I just keep getting heat from Smitty, and all he says is how much I cheat and stuff. But I look at it a little differently. I don't think it's cheating. I think it's jumping at the right time. But yeah, our PK's been great. I think are we first in the CHL still? Because we got lit up a bit by Windsor, but our PK's been unbelievable. Brad Flynn stepped in and done a unbelievable job in that respect. So just the boys kind of learning from his systems and then taking advantage at times when we can. So has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, and what's been the difference for you? Like, you're scoring, it seems like you are, every night, and you got a young team getting some wins. Nobody expected you guys to really make some noise, but you guys are doing pretty well for yourselves. And like you said, your penalty kill is top of the CHL. So what's been the difference there for you leading that team?
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just jumping at the right times. Like, we get full possession of a puck, just breaking right away when you see that, trying to get first jump. I think that has a lot to do with the PK, but from the team aspect of it, like you said, we got a super young group, but at the same time, everyone's buying into Lazzy's systems and has no problem stepping into any role up and down our lineup. So, and then obviously when you have Lenny in the pipes, it's easy to win games because he's going to keep you in every single game.
And you jumping on that PK almost keeps their power play guys on their toes there, like knowing if there's a turnover, they got to get back. And even if you don't end up with the puck, they're still out of the zone and it's an easier exit. So it's actually not that bad.
Against Windsor, one of my good buddies, Wyatt Johnson, every time we would line up, he's on the power play and he just doesn't want to soak that dash. And he's like, dude, like, stop jumping, please. Like, I don't need a dash right now.
Yeah, you're in their heads. So you're from Oakville and you got drafted to Saginaw in the second round of the OHL draft. So I just want to know what your thoughts were when you get picked by an American team to go play hockey there. Like, how did that go at that point?
Yeah, I had no idea what I was stepping into in SAG. Like, I had the OHL interviews obviously with them before the draft, and they were really impressive. But like, I had no idea about Saginaw as a city or anything. And I got a text from good old Cards, and I was really excited to be a part of the team. And then Cardsy brought me under his wing and showed me around the first day I was here. So I've learned to love SAG, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
So that was my next question. How was Cardsy in the locker room that year?
Like, the guy thinks he was in his 9th year already. He literally still had a star beside his name, and this guy's like walking around like the man.
Yeah, you gotta act the part though, Bloomer. Come on, I taught you that too well because you were a little bit too comfortable in your first year too.
You did teach me well. You did.
Oh, that's awesome. But no, like, the first year there, I want to know, like, obviously I was there with you and everything, and I'll touch on something that I wanted to get into about your first year in a little bit. But like, how was your adjustment to the OHL? Did you find like?
Yeah, it was super tough, and it was like, obviously, like, the competition's way harder, but like, you knew our group, like, we had an unbelievable group, and there was like little to no space of moving up and down that lineup. Like, it was a sick group. And like, Cardsy, another like show pick, was playing third line minutes, and like, he was going to be like a high round pick in my opinion that year. And so like, with that group, like, you just had to find your role and play it, or you were going to be out of the lineup. So that was a super tough adjustment. I think with T-Bone stepping in and playing so well in our rookie year, like, it pushed me every day, because there was that internal competition. Like, one of us was going to get scratched every night. So that was big to have him there and just pushing me every day as well.
Yeah. And you were probably like, you were a lot skinnier and stuff, I'm assuming, than you are now. You were a small kid.
Yeah, a little bit, I'd say. I was skin and bone back then, actually. So I think quarantine was big for me, like, moving into kind of the draft and everything, and what I'm doing now. Put on a lot of weight, changed my game a lot. I wouldn't say changed my game, but added to my game a lot. So I think that quarantine period was huge.
Yeah, and Rask, here's a little fun fact about Bloomer. I know you do the outline for us every week, and Here's something that not too many people know about Bloomer. His first 2 OHL goals were actually in penalty shots. How about that?
There's an interesting stat.
I set some sort of record that never been done in the OHL, and the OHL stops for 2 years, and all of a sudden some kid on Hamilton like ties my record.
I saw that the other day.
Yeah, like ridiculous.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense how you get, first off, you get 2 penalty shots in your first year, let alone score on both of them, and it's your first 2 goals. But like, and this is another thing I want to talk about.
Well, wait, it's because he's always cheating on the PK.
Well, here we go.
Honestly, yeah, but Bloomer, how many breakaway goals do you have this year? It's got to be like upwards of 10, maybe.
I started the year 0 for 8 on breakaways. I had something like 8 breakaways in like 3 or 4 games. I had like 4 breakaways in the first 2 games against Erie, and I just couldn't talk. And then I started to find my rhythm. I think I probably have 7 or 8 breakaway goals.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. You're just going with the same move.
Man, if it keeps working, I'm gonna keep doing it.
No, honestly though, like on when you were struggling on them, were you doing the move or no?
Oh, I was fully doing the move. 100%.
Okay.
I was doing the move.
Okay, because I was just about to say you kind of bashed yourself a little bit in respect to like how good you are on breakaways, because I was just about to like give you like the greatest breakaway or penalty shot kind of status I've ever seen in my life, because I've never seen you miss. And like, obviously now I'm just seeing the highlights and stuff and just seeing you score. And Raski's got this little stupid move that he does, and it blows my mind how it works. I'm not gonna expose it on the podcast, because we probably have some OHL goaltenders listening. But Rask, when you get some spare time, go watch some Bloomer tape, and you'll just see this goofy little move he does, and it works every time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You might have to change it up.
It's not hard
Barry
to
now.
find it when you look it up.
Yeah, you know, it's so weird though. Like, I don't even. Where'd you even come up with that?
I don't even know how I came up with it. I think I was at Team Ontario, and we were like talking about like penalty shots, because like it could go into shootout, right? Like you could lose the tournament on a shootout. So we were going through moves, and I just couldn't figure out a move to beat Ben Goudreau, like our goalie for the team. And so like our coach says, "Oh, this move works every time." And he's like, "Just flinch and then tuck it between his stick and his pad." And I was like, "Oh, okay, like I'll try it." So I did it, and then it worked like 4 times in a row, and I was like, "All right, I got to do this every time."
Man, yeah, and it's so simple and stuff too. And this is actually kind of funny, because we went into a shootout the other night with Niagara, and obviously you're a lefty, so when you're shooting on these goaltenders, like it's different for you. Like you have the correct angle to do your move. So for a righty on a regular goalie, like it's not there. So
didn't you tuck that way against Rosenzweig?
I didn't score that way, but the funniest thing was I'm thinking about it right the whole time, because he's a southpaw, so he's the opposite. So I'm like, I'm on the bench, I'm like, oh, I'm doing Bloomer's move, I'm gonna score with Bloomer's move right now, and so I'm going third, and Clarkey goes first, and he tries your move. I'm like, and it stopped. So I'm like, okay, now I can't do that. So like I reverted to something else. Luckily I did score, but like I was so fired up on the bench. I'm like, I'm doing Bloomer's move. It's going in 100% and I'm going to be the man.
Yeah, that's hilarious, man. Speaking of goalies, how's Guzda? We went to Sabres camp together. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, he's a beauty. Yeah, like you said, really nice guy. Obviously he's huge in the net too. So it's huge. It's been real nice at practice trying to score on him every day. Just a little bit of an internal challenge, like you said, kind of. And yeah, it makes it so much more comfortable having him back there. Like, I mean, he's probably one of the best goalies in the league. Obviously, we have like Lenny and Goudreau and guys like that, but just his experience second to none. So he's been awesome back there. And yeah, like it's been big for us to have him. I know I was talking like hopefully getting Lenny or Goudreau or something like that, because we had talks about getting a goalie. And then when I kind of heard we got him, I was so fired up too, because Barry and even Sag, like we've had trouble on him in the past. He's such a good goalie.
Yeah, 100%.
And how's Lenny been doing? He's been doing well?
Yeah, Lenny's been doing great. He's still first class goalie in this league, and he's gonna be so. Just excited to have him in the lineup.
I don't even know why I haven't thought of getting Lenny.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get Lenny.
We've mentioned him so many times on the podcast. It's like actually insulting that we haven't had him on.
Yeah, that's embarrassing on us. Okay, Bloomer, at the rink today, tell him he's coming on the pod.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
All right, and Rask, I know you want to talk a little bit about some Team Canada events.
Yeah, so in that first year with SAG, you got to play for Canada Red at the U17. So I just want to know how that experience was and how you guys did in the tournament.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. So I originally didn't make the team. I was the last cut, and I was pretty choked about it, to be honest. We went into the Sioux and I soaked 3 dashes in the Sioux. I was just way out of my head. And then I think a week went by and a kid on the team got an injury. And so I got a call at school and they're like, hey, we're flying you out to Swift Current, Saskatchewan, and you're playing for Team Red. So I'm all fired up, right? And it's literally a full day of travel. I went from Saginaw Airport to Detroit, Detroit to Chicago, Chicago to Calgary, Calgary, drove all the way to Swift Current, Saskatchewan, all in one day. And I got there and we had to play Russia the next morning. And I think I was playing off 4 hours of sleep. And I was just brutal in the first game. Absolutely brutal. And then second game sort of found my step and then slowly started moving up the lineup. And then finally we were playing Sweden in a after we lost in the quarters. And they moved me up and they played me with Wyatt Johnson and Logan Stankoven. So I must have been doing something right because they moved me up the lineup pretty high. But unbelievable experience. Just for all the listeners out there, don't go to Swift Current, Saskatchewan ever. It could be the worst place ever, man. I went into the shower and my nose would bleed because it was so cold and so dry out there. So the steam in the shower would make my nose bleed.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
I love how you just throw it under the bus like that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
that's
God.
funny. How'd you guys do in the tournament though?
We did really well. We beat the winning team, Russia. So we beat them in our first game and found our way into the quarters. And then we played Team Canada White up 2-1 all game, I think. They tied it, went into overtime, and Chase Stillman ripped from the top of the circles, bar dizzy, and just see you later.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you did that well then. I mean, you didn't even medal. You're out in the quarters. So you got to reevaluate what good in a tournament is here, Bloomer.
No, we were in that game and we were winning the whole game. If we made it to the next, I think they lost to the States or Russia, and we could have beat whoever they beat. So I wouldn't say we did terribly, but there was potential to do way better for sure.
Yeah, now I want to quickly go back to the part where you didn't make the team at first, and it was so funny, Rask. It wasn't funny. I felt bad for Bloomer because he deserved to make it. He had a good start in the O that year, but this guy at school, I'd pick him up, and we'd be driving in the car that week, right after he found out he wasn't going. He was just lip was hitting the floor, just
not even close to true.
Just moping around for a week, and then we're sitting in the class. There's all of us in there, and I don't know who got a hold. Was it Tuzo who told you, or was it you got a phone call during class?
I was in the middle of English class and I saw a call from Calgary, Alberta, and I sprinted to the washroom.
Yeah, because I remember I came back or something. I was in the class, and then Bloomer's I'm going, and he was so happy, and I was so happy for him. So then it was pretty funny though when he actually kind of got the call and was officially on the team that I think he deserved to be on from the start. So then the moping stopped. He was all happy guy again. But I guess we didn't really talk about it, but before COVID, after I left SEG, kind of, what were things for you there? I know you said there wasn't much room to move up the lineup, but as the season progressed, how did you feel?
I felt great about my game, and then towards the end of the season, I kind of found myself a role playing with Dewey and Cam Baber, and we went on I think it was something like a 8 or 9 game heater to end the year. And we were just playing some great hockey. And then obviously COVID came into effect. But I found my role nicely in that fourth line. And the stuff we could have done if we made the playoffs that year, like if we had any sort of playoffs. Yeah. And I know all the boys that have been on the pod have said the same thing. But Christ, did we have a good team?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I mean, Barry probably would have shut you down. But I mean, let's get into your COVID / your draft year. For you, kind of like a young guy, like we talked about your first year being like, there's ups and downs. You didn't get much play time, which is kind of expected. But like, you don't play in your draft year. Like, there's got to be some thoughts going through your head about the draft. Like, maybe this isn't good. Like, maybe I might get overlooked because of this or something like that. You want to tell us about the grind of not getting any games in during your draft year?
Yeah, it was like so almost nerve-wracking, but like just everything was up in the air. I had no idea what was going on, which was the frustrating part, because like the teams that came and saw me kept it to themselves. So nobody writing about the draft knew anything about me. And like, that's why people were surprised I was taken so high as I was. So basically how we did it, I would be going to skates in Hamilton, and scouts would come and watch the skates. And so they try and like gauge where they thought I should go in the draft and stuff like that. And so I think Buffalo came 3 or 4 times. And so I had a little bit of a feeling it was going to be Buffalo, but I didn't know. And so they came to skates. Imagine trying to draft a guy off like practice.
Yeah, I was just about to say, good thing you're a good practice player, eh?
Man, I could be the worst practice player ever.
No, that's kind of true, actually. And this kind of takes me back to our so the first time, like, Bloomer gets drafted to SAG, and it's like our first skate, like it's his first skate ever, like rookie camp, like first year, whatever. It's his first time touching the ice of the Dow, and this guy looked drunk out there. Like, I've never seen a guy have worse practice than Bloomer that day. And I honestly felt bad for him. I'm like, Bloomer, just like settle it down a little bit. You'll get the hang of it. But you were so out of sorts. I was like, oh my God, what did Laz and Drinks just draft here? You remember that?
I must have been shaking in my boots or something.
Yeah, because right after that skate, you were fine the rest of the way, but like that was just a tough one. Do you remember how that went?
Yeah, was I still in my cage? I think I was still in my Nat stuff.
Yeah.
I was fully still in my Nat stuff. And I stepped on the ice and I look over and I see Kinger and I see Webby, like these ginormous guys. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I get myself into?
Yeah, you're in one at that point. That's funny. But like, okay, let's get back to this, because like I want to know, like, so your agent kind of set it up where like scouts would come and watch. Like, did you talk to them after, or just like they just come and then you'd have a phone call or something?
Yeah, so they weren't allowed to talk to me in person. We'd have phone calls and stuff, and they'd just say, hey, like, we're gonna come out to the skate this week. So my agent did a really, really good job with that, and same with my skills coach, Evan McGrath. He did an unbelievable job. So they'd come out, and then we'd run skills for however long, and then do like small area games at the end, and got drafted off of that basically.
That's crazy. Well, I'm happy for you that you went so high, and I was super excited. We're going to get into the draft next about that, but were you ever considering going overseas for the year?
Yeah, I was actually. I had a couple spots lined up, just like yourself. Like, I was really excited to go over. Just didn't eventually end up happening. I'm not really too upset I didn't go over. Like, the experience would have been unbelievable, but can't complain about my time continuing to train and get ready for this season. So.
Yeah, like everything worked out for you amazingly. So there's obviously no looking back at that. But what were some of the things you did to keep yourself busy? I mean, you didn't play for almost 2 years. Like, what hobbies did you pick up or continue?
Yeah, honestly, man, like, I was getting so sick and tired of the gym. Like, I was in there every single day, and I hated it by the end of it. Like, I just, did I ever? So like, I took like a week off, went to the cottage for a week, just to clear the head, kind of get new scenery, stuff like that. But just continuously in the gym and on the ice. There wasn't really any days off kind of thing.
So Mendoza's having a hard time getting you hitting the weights now. You're just so tired of it.
Oh my God. Dozer tore his meniscus or something. Guy's waddling around like a penguin.
No, that's not good. I've seen his Snapchat stories. He's always fired up about the boys though. So yeah, that's for reference. That's the Saginaw strength coach. He's a great dude too.
Yeah,
big.
Dozer's unbelievable. And then he brought in a new guy this year. His name's Bo. He's just as good too.
Yeah, good. You guys got a good setup there. Good crew staff. But like I said, we're gonna send it over to the NHL draft, and I know Rask's got a bunch on that.
Yeah. So drafted by Buffalo in the 3rd round after not playing, just, a couple skates in Hamilton. But did you have a lot of contact with the teams? I know you said they can't talk to you directly, but with like whatever the phone calls or through your agent, did you talk to a few teams?
Yeah, like just based off of like the uncertainty about me, like I was talking to a lot of teams just because they had me ranked at one spot where they thought they could get me, and then another team had me ranked at another. And like the range in which like these teams thought I could be taken was so different. So I was talking to, I don't know, like over 20 teams. And and then like I started to narrow down with the teams I would call more and more and more. And so like I kind of narrowed it down to like a range of 5 that I thought were like potential spots where I would go. Funny story actually, like me and my agent were talking, and he's like, all right, I'm going to write down on a piece of paper where I think you're going to go and like what round and what team. And then I want you to do the same, and then we'll seal up the envelopes, and then we'll open them up after draft day. So we both write it down. I open mine. It says something like, I think it was 5th round to like Philadelphia or something. And then I look in his envelope and it says 3rd round Buffalo. And I was like, wow, man, like you really know what you're doing. Holy Christ.
Maybe he switched it after the draft.
Yeah, he must have.
Yeah, he might have pulled a fast one on you to just seem like he's the greatest agent in the world.
That's pretty impressive though. I mean, I've told this one before, but an Anaheim Ducks scout told me directly out of his mouth they were taking Cardsy in the 3rd round that first eligible draft year, right out of his mouth, and it didn't happen. So you never know with these people, man. Everyone's saying stuff,
Yeah, you never know. And like I was biting my tongue after that draft because like I don't know how Cardsy didn't go. Like I don't know how.
Man, it was unbelievable. It was crazy. And actually, like something on your draft. So I don't know, like I was in West Virginia when the draft was going on, and
I think I heard this story. This is a great story.
So I was driving home, right, from North Carolina, and so like you probably haven't heard like this part of the story. So like I get in the shower. We're just about to go out and like kind of like get ready, like go for lunch and then go to a baseball game or something. And I'm in the shower. The draft's going on, but like I'm kind of like sort of not looking at it, like whatever. And I go outside and like I haven't checked it in a while. My parents they were like kind of following along. They go, holy shit, your cousin just got drafted. I go, who? They go, Bloomer. So then I was so fired up about that. And then I was like, well, Bloomer got drafted here. Well, hopefully we keep the family vibes going. Hopefully I can go soon. And then sure enough, like within, I think the next hour, I was off the board too. So that was pretty sick. And I was so pumped when I saw your name. It was like, I think Lenny went like just ahead of you or just behind you?
Yeah. 2 picks ahead of me, I think.
Yeah. What was he? 93? You were 95?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I was super pumped to see the boys go. That was awesome.
Yeah. That phone call must have been unbelievable. Like from your parents after you got picked. Cause like you're not with them, right?
Oh no, I was with my parents, but like my whole family, I was not with. I was with nobody. But like it was like I didn't know what was going on, and then I just got a text, like, and then I don't know, man. It was kind of crazy. Like were you having a party or anything?
So I brought over like, I don't know, like 15 family members, and like we didn't know how the day was gonna go, so we just kind of we're walking around the house, like we got food or whatever. We're just all hanging out. And then I got a call from my agent and he goes, get the cameras going. I'm like, what? Like, you want to tell me something? Like, am I gonna go right now? And it's like the start of the third round, and I'm like, this is way too high. Like, am I going right now? And he goes, just get the cameras going. It's gonna be a good day. So we got the cameras going. It's all set up. And so, like, the start of the third round starts going. First 10 picks, I'm not there. So we delete the video, start another one because it's been like half an hour. Next 10 picks go. It's not me. Delete the video, start another one. And then finally at the end of the third round, I think it was the second last pick in the third, was it?
I don't know. It's your draft.
I think it might have been second or third last pick in the third round. And I finally hear my name called. And I think we must have had like an hour and a half of like straight just weird videos of us all just sitting there all amped up to jump. But like my name's not popping up.
That's hilarious though. At least you got like that's kind of nice though. Like at least your agent gave you the heads up there so you guys could get that footage even if it was a little bit early on the call there. But that's nice though. You got like the first round footage for a third rounder. You can't complain about that.
There you go. How about your phone after you were drafted? Did it just blow? Like, and I couldn't go on it. I couldn't do it.
And here's something like that a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people know this, but some people don't. I have an iPhone 8 still.
So do I.
Oh, you do?
Dude, I love the home button. I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a show in the iPhone, but like it dies so quick and stuff. And as you know, so how bad, like my phone was overheating. It was like just shutting off. There was too much going on.
Dude, within like 30 seconds of being drafted, I had like 100 Twitter notifications, like 150 Snapchats from all my buddies and stuff. And then my phone just keeps ringing because like then the GM calls me, my agent calls me, all my old coaches call me, Drinks Lads, like everyone's calling me to congratulate me. And my thing's like I'm like, my phone can't handle this, guys. Like it's got a crack in it. It's still got the home button. I can't even charge it for more than 30 minutes.
That's hilarious, man. Actually, this just kind of came to my head too. And I mean, this kind of Rask, I don't know, like, are we done with the draft stuff?
Go whatever you want.
Yeah. Like, I mean, because when I like kind of going back to when I was like coming home, I drove through Buffalo and I remember I sent Bloomer a picture of the rink just like casually passing by. And this was like still like, you should like Canadians aren't supposed to be in the States and stuff for whatever reason and stuff like that. So I sent Bloomer a photo of the KeyBank Center. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And I was just like, it was like the day after it was like the day of the draft. I go, yeah, your stomping grounds. So we had to laugh about that. But like, I want to know about Buffalo as a whole. Like how was camp and like the start of the preseason there and went to the point you came home?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like it's so first class. The owners do a great job and like giving us the best setup. So we were in a hotel. Get this, there's a rink in the hotel downtown.
Yeah. I played at that one a bunch of what's it called?
Is that the Harbor?
The Harbor Center?
Yeah.
Harbor Center. It's where Canisius plays.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I'd wake up, I'd grab a coffee, I'd walk down 2 flights of stairs, and all of a sudden I'm in our locker room. Like, it was so weird. And so we played Jersey and Boston. And, like, after the first period in the first game, I was shaking in my boots. I was like, oh, my God. Like, I thought hockey was good in the O, and now I'm here, and, like, it's a different world.
And you haven't played in so long?
Like, oh, my God. And so I finally settled in the second period and found my game a little bit more. And then I didn't know what the deal was with main camp. Like nobody was saying anything to me. So I didn't know if I was staying, I was going. Finally, like they still didn't say anything to me. And my roommate, Oliver Nadeau, was the 4th round pick. Didn't say anything to him either. And main camp rolls around and we show up at the rink and all our stuff's set up for main camp. And so we're like, okay, I guess we're staying. Like, I don't know. And so we asked the guy, like, we're like, are we supposed to be here? Like, are we staying? He's like, yes, of course you're staying. And then like looked at us like we were idiots. We're like, nobody told us.
That was kind of like me though too. I had that like uncertainty, but I think they bring like everyone like, or not everyone, but like if like they're normally like their picks around to just be like, at least have a few days with like the big dogs. So like that leads me into my next thing. Who was on your team in camp? Like what big dogs from the team?
Dylan Cousins, he was sick, man. Oh my god.
Really, eh? And he's only 2 years older, right? So like that's crazy.
Yeah, and he's so big, like he's scary big. You don't realize how tall he is until you're on the ice with him. But what's his name? Rasmus Dahlin. So he was in the middle of a contract negotiation, so he didn't come till later on in camp. And he showed up, and this guy was just a man. Oh my god. Like the stuff he can do is like unbelievable.
Yeah, he's got so much skill actually. Did you see him try to take the slap shot, miss the puck, and trip?
Oh, that was a brutal video.
Yeah, it was brutal. Poor guy. But
that wasn't his best highlight.
Jeff Skinner as well. He was sick.
Yeah,
he can rip a pill.
Yeah, like he's had like what was it? Like was it? It wasn't last year. It was like 2 years ago. He had an unbelievable season with Buffalo. So he's a 40-goal scorer. I'm pretty sure. He got a big bank account too. He's legit for sure.
Yeah, he got a huge payday.
Yeah. I'm curious, like how the vibe was with the whole Eichel situation at that point. Was it like a weird thing to talk about? Like I'm sure people were talking about that in the room and stuff.
Yeah, so like all the guys there are still like best buddies with Eichel. And then we have our our meeting to kind of start main camp. And Kevin Adams, the GM, comes in and just addresses the whole thing right to everyone. Just addresses it like not awkward, not at all. And he's just like, hey, got off the phone with Jack today. It's going to be announced later this afternoon. He's not going to be our captain anymore. You guys, this shouldn't change your relationship with him. I know some of you are still best friends with him. Shouldn't change a thing. But as of right now, he's no longer our captain. And then that was it. Walked away. We're like, okay. Like it had nothing to do with me. But all the guys are like whispering about it. They were all surprised and stuff. So
yeah, that's actually pretty good though that they handled it that way. Like it's better that they did that. Like first day camp, like even with like all of you guys there, like the young guys, just tell everybody straight up how it's gonna be and kind of just move forward from there. I like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, hit it head on. So yeah, I just want to bring it back to this season. I'm just curious how you're finding the schedule playing against the same teams kind of over and over again and a lot of American teams, how that's been going for you.
Yeah, like the rivalries are getting going, like Cardsy, the Flint rivalries and stuff. And even like it started in preseason, like I got jumped by Riley Piercy and I'm like, oh God, here we go. Did you see that fight?
Yeah, I saw.
Just got my ass handed to me.
That's all right. You got in there.
Yeah,
he's a big guy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. So it started in preseason, and so the rivalries are getting going. I think we got Guelph this weekend for the first time, and they're supposed to be really good. So we'll see how we do against them. And then we were supposed to have a game later on Sunday against Soo, and it got changed to 2:00. So we're going to have a long Sunday. So like the schedule's been tough because it's 3 games a week. There's like no breaks in between. So like the body's starting to hurt for everyone. I know Cardsy, you probably feel the same way playing big minutes. So.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. It's tough. Like you said, like, especially the 3-on-3s, like I wish we were like the NHL. Obviously we can't with like the amount of school guys in our league, but like, I wish it was just like the NHL where you play like three games a week, but like 3 or 4 games a week, but it's like every other night. Like you're not playing back-to-backs all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you lose a couple practice days too. It makes it a little better. It makes the week fly by.
Oh yeah, big time. But I want to get into some quick hit questions here, Bloomer. So just like we'll fire through these. Can pineapple go on pizza?
No.
Okay. Who has the worst style on SAG?
Duhart.
Easily. Gitch King. If you were arrested with no explanation, what would your family/friends think you did?
That's a tough one. I don't know.
Cards, you should answer this one too.
It's supposed to be a quick hitter and you stumped me.
Yeah, that is a long one.
Yeah.
I'll think of one at the same time.
That is a toughie.
I don't know. You're kind of throwing yourself under the bus here too, honestly, in this question. But I don't know. Maybe
I just don't know. Like, Cardsy, I'm not planning on getting arrested anytime soon.
No, me too. I'd say maybe you're asked like killing someone with kindness by me. Like that'd be like I could think of. Okay, let's just move on from that one then. What's something popular now that in 5 years everyone will think is stupid?
TikTok.
I was just thinking that.
I was thinking that too.
It'll be like Vine and Musical.ly, but how do you eat a cupcake?
You eat the top and then you take the bottom off and then you eat the bottom.
All right.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good. Good speed round actually out of you there. Rask, I know you want to get into some deep questions here.
Yeah, so now we turn it completely around with some hard-hitting questions. What is the meaning of true love?
Oh, that's a hard-hitting one. Meaning of true love. It's about loving someone. I don't know. It's like it's someone you do anything for, I guess. Like the boys on the team, you do anything for them. So that's true love to me.
All right. What is a relationship deal breaker for you?
Relationship deal breaker. Oh, I don't know. Me loving them more than they love me, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, gotta have it go both ways. Do you think that humans will one day get overrun by artificial intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, same. Oh yeah, and then
the quiet little same.
Yeah, I say this every time, man. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
But okay, so the way your season's going, you might end up getting a nice little deal at some point. So have you ever thought about, like what's the first thing you'd buy if you signed a contract?
My parents bought me a car when I was 17, so I'd probably pay them back for that and pay off the car, just so I'm not in debt anymore. So that would probably be my first purchase.
That's a good one. I like that. Good guy right there. Have you ever heard about our partners, like a sponsor of our show, the Gavin Hockey Well Specialists?
No, I haven't heard of them.
Okay, they're like NHL wealth managers. Basically, they manage wealth for NHL players and stuff. So something to look into. But they have a bunch of NHL clients. They save you a little tax money when you sign, and invest your money smart. Tell you what to spend on, what not to. But for the listeners in the OHL and who might be signing contracts, check them out at gavingroup.ca, and then they'll help you retire after hockey and never have to work another day in your life. Anyway, Cards, I'll flip it over to you.
Yeah, we're into the favorite part of our show here. Kind of wrap things up now with fan questions. So stick specs and stick.
Stick specs and stick. I use a Bauer Hyperlight. I just started using them. I remember that whole situation that I had in my first year where I can't use CCMs for some reason. There's something about them. I just can't do it.
You were devastated.
No offense to CCM, but I just can't do it. And so finally this year, Segs hooked me up with Bauer sticks, which is awesome. 82 flex, P92 curve, normal blade, no fat blade, normal grip. Pretty stock stick actually, but I love it.
Yeah, well, that's whatever works, right? Favorite hockey memory.
Probably playing Team Canada, wearing that jersey for the first time was unbelievable. So
yeah. Pre-game superstitions or rituals?
Everything. So every time I go to the washroom, every time I put my helmet on, every time I walk out of the locker room, everyone's got that clock that goes up, and I always do everything at say it's 5:17 or 3:17 or 17:17.
Throw the number in there. That's sick.
Yeah.
Did anyone take you under their wing at Sabres camp?
Everyone was super nice. I would say me and Dylan Cousins, or was it Dylan Cousins? No, his name's McInnes. And so me and McInnes sat beside each other in the room, and he was a super nice guy. I think he's playing for Rochester now. So he was showing me around, teaching me what to do. So he was really nice.
Nice. Who's the best chirper you've ever played with?
You.
Oh, yes. Yes. What a treat, Rask. What a treat that was. I don't know if I've gotten one of those yet.
No, I haven't heard anyone say that one yet.
I think the boys are just too didn't want to give me the credit, but Bloomer did. So that's a show. Thank you.
Cardsy's an impulse chirper. He says whatever he thinks, and it just comes out.
But whatever, even if it's against my own team, like you, like that was the thing about our SAG group. We were so like everyone would just chirp everyone. It didn't matter your age or anything. Yeah. There was just always chirps. But last one here before we wrap it up. What is something outside of hockey you would like to do?
Ooh,
like if you weren't a hockey player, I guess.
I don't know. I think I watch Wolf of Wall Street too much, so I'd probably go into the stock market or something.
Yeah. I like that answer.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Rask, you got anything here for Bloomer?
Nah, I think that's it. But I just want to thank you for coming on, and especially so early in the morning. Like we're all a little tired. The listeners could probably hear it in our voices, but I'll flip it over to you, Cards. But I want to thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah, always a pleasure to talk to you, Bloomer. I just get a kick out of you just being goofy yourself. So it's always fun. I love seeing you light it up this year. So keep that going. Loving all the highlights I'm seeing of your stupid little mullet thing on Saginaw's Twitter. So keep that.
Hey, how can you not love that? Like I got the racing stripes going and everything. You remember our first year when I did that? I was outrageous.
Yeah. That's funny, man. You always can rock a good mullet. I'm thinking of getting one here soon too. So keep that going and keep rolling, and we'll be in touch. But no, thanks for taking the time today, and really appreciate you coming on, bud.
Yeah, man. You too. All the best, boys. Thanks a lot.
All right, want to thank Josh Bloom for that. It was a good one. Funny guy, and good to get some blood on the podcast.
Yeah, what a treat. Now we have to get like my brother or something to keep it rolling next week, or maybe even your brother on the pod. But no, it was funny, man. He's a good dude to catch up with. I always get a kick out of his smirk. He's always smirking and having fun. So
he was smirking a lot.
Yeah, I hadn't seen Bloomer in a while, so just to catch up over Zoom, it was pretty special.
Yeah, it was good. And actually, my brother is coming over right after this for dinner. My brother lives in St. Catharines, eh?
No, really?
Yeah. So, but we've both been so busy, but now we're trying to hang out more. So he's coming over. I'm making some pizza, and we'll hang out. But I was gonna say for next week, and I guess we can get actually, there's a couple of things to say. First, for next week, I think you and I should do a Q&A on here. We've done a few, but it's been a while. So let's I'm gonna post up on the Instagram and get some of the listeners to send in some questions. So think of your questions now. Feel free to DM them if you don't want to wait. Send us some questions, we'll answer them. And then also while you're at it, follow us on Instagram at Showbound Podcast, because we post a lot of stuff on there that if you're just listening, you might miss. And check out the YouTube. Just search Showbound Podcast on YouTube. We're getting some content going there. What do you think we should do for our next YouTube video that's not a podcast?
I don't know, but that's another thing that people can comment. We'll put that one up on the Insta, and you guys can tell us what to post next on our YouTube. And we can post IGTV on the Showbound Podcast Instagram account as well.
Yeah, so, give us a follow and send in some questions for Cardsy and I to answer. I don't mind the Q&As. It's funny because every single one, the questions are always like, this one's for Cardsy, like this one's for Cardsy. Like, yeah, so if anyone has any for me, that's fine too. But I mean, send them in. Cardsy has usually some good answers. So, I
want to see that inbox just lit up with responses to us, and give Rask some love. I want to hear some funny questions for this guy to have to answer. But I'm looking forward to that. I can't wait. And did you watch any NFL this week?
Nah, not more than like a quarter of any games. How about you?
Well, I was watching the Cowboys a little bit. I played on Thursday night on Thanksgiving when they played, but
yeah,
you know what? Just an embarrassing loss. Like good comeback and all, and then you go to OT. You just got to win those ones. So it's a frustrating one this week, but you know what? We're all right. Still in great shape to make the playoffs in a weak division. So looking forward to getting back at her next week. And your Bills have
Cowboys have kind of been on the downhill.
Yeah, they have for sure. But your Bills had a bye week, eh?
Yeah, Bills are off.
Yeah,
I need to get myself to a Bills game, man.
No, they
I'll
weren't.
go.
No, Bills weren't off.
Were they not off?
They dominated New Orleans on Thanksgiving as well. The night.
Yeah. 31-6. I just pulled up the score. There we go.
Yeah,
I knew it.
Head.
But no, okay, good for the Bills. I need to get to a game though, man. Like maybe this December, since we have none of our own games, I can go down for a weekend or whenever and figure that out. The only thing is I'm pretty sure you have to pay like $200 each way for a COVID shot. Like it's so annoying.
Not a shot, a test, if anything.
Yeah, a test.
Nah, you can get over the border with like a $40 antigen test from Shoppers for like going there. But
yeah, I have those in my apartment. We have to take those 3 times a week already.
No, that's not bad. At least you guys are being safe there, so you kind of know. That's pretty good. I wasn't sure how they kind of ran things there.
Yeah, we have to do 3 tests a week, and then if you have any like cold symptoms or whatever, you just test every day until you're better. And we've all been sick for the last 3 weeks, so everyone's just taking tests every day.
Yeah, it's tough, like, because you don't know if it's a cold or not, and especially around this time of year, like everyone starts getting a cold, and it's like, oh crap, like that maybe this is it and stuff. But
yeah,
that's good. At least you're taking the precautions.
What kind of tests do you guys do?
Yeah, we do the rapid antigen, and then
like
if there's anything ever serious that you have to do, you get a PCR just to make sure it's like the most accurate it can be, I guess.
I like the rapid ones because they don't hurt. Like, you just put them in. Like it says 2 centimeters on the instructions.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to take it away with the outro? There's some snow on the ground over here where I am. I bet there is in Barrie.
Oh, buddy, it's kind of all over the place here. So, I mean, everyone get out there, play in the snow, make your snowman, go sledding. Ski season is almost upon us, snowboarders as well. So everybody like that, enjoy it. And I think it's getting pretty close to ODR season. It's getting a little bit colder at night, so I'm looking forward to setting up my rank here with my billets, and I know everyone else is too. So everyone be prepared for that. We're just about at Christmas too, so the countdown's on now. But we'll catch you next week, 1 week closer. See you, everybody.